Students, yesterday we started with chapter number 10 for history, that is changing life 2. Okay. So before proceeding further for the evaluation part of the chapter, we will first revise what we have done yesterday. Okay. So when it comes to changing life 2, okay, in the previous chapter, you can say in the last chapter, we studied changing life 1. Okay, we studied changing life 1 in terms of changes in the institution of the family, social welfare, from the point of view of public health, urbanization, rural development. And in this chapter, we looked into the changes, okay, in the field of language, sports, theater and films, newspapers and television. So when it comes to languages, there are 22 major languages recognized by our Indian Constitution. Okay, so there are official languages like Hindi, Assamese, Bengali, Gujarati, Kannada, Kashmiri, Malayalam, Marathi, Odia, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali, and Sindhi. So these are the official languages of our country. Okay, and these Indian languages, students, they have dialects. Dialects means they have in the form of language that is spoken in the particular part of our country. But what is happening? The number is now on decline. Okay, so there are less number of people speaking these official languages in the particular region of the country. So what is to be done? There should be particular steps that has to be undertaken, or you can say you have to take care that this official Indian languages, their decline should not be in a number, and we should not lose their importance because they are a part of our heritage. They are a part of our tradition. They are a part of our history. Okay, when it comes to language, Hindi language, okay, it has reached every nook and corner, you can say every corner of the world, because of the medium of Hindi movie especially. Okay, the Bollywood movies which serves to unite the country by language. So if you go to many states, you will understand that many people know Hindi. Okay, so the main credit goes to the movies, Hindi movies, because many people around the country, they watch Hindi movies. Then we come to English languages. English language. Now, English language is more popular in our country. Okay, it is basically due to the process of globalization. Globalization, which was the speed in the movement of different cultures, organization, countries, the exchange of goods, commodities. Okay, which began after 1990. Now, English is the language for livelihood. Means people, if there is a fluency in English, okay, or the people who know to read and write well or speak well, it is a way for them to, or it is like opening the door for their job opportunities. Many people get jobs due to this. And Indians, especially, they are on the leading position, you can say, in learning English. However, it is necessary to make sure that this process should not put in danger the very existence of our regional languages. Okay, so we, instead of just giving importance to English language, we should not lose the importance of other regional languages. So that was about languages. And then we also covered the aspect of sports. Now, during the you can say before independence, okay, there were only few games which were known to people, but some sports person, they completely changed the situation, um, and they improved, or they made better, you can say, the status of both the sports as well as the sports person. So you, for example, we had Keith Sethi. Okay, he achieved a global excellence in snooker. Okay, a game called snooker, which is a variation of billiards. He won the national championship of billiards for teenagers at age of 15 only. He even won national and international championships as well. And his success, okay, in the, snooker, okay, it made the game so popular, and the newspapers also, they began to report the news about the billiards. So there are other famous billiard players as well, like Pankaj Advani, Aditya Mehta. So they made a new field available to the rising sports person in our country. Then another example for sports is for cricket. Okay, um, we had a historic victory. Okay, in 1983 in cricket, World Cup cricket. It was under the captainship of Kapil Dev. As I gave you an example yesterday as well, the recent movie 83, which is released, it's based on the same theme. So this cricket instantly won popularity all over the country. In the same year, another cricketer, Sunil Gavaskar, okay, he broke the record and he scored maximum centuries in the Test cricket. And in 1985, India also won the Benson and Hedges World Championship of Cricket. Now, Benson and Hedges, it's a one-day international tournament. It was held from 17th Feb to 10th March 1985 in Australia, and it was won by India. So, because of this achievements of these players, sports person, cricketers, cricket was very popular, and it came to be played in all states of our country, but at the cost of the originated Indian games only. Even there are few movies, okay, like MS Dhoni, Lagan, okay, a movie on Sachin Tendulkar, which are produced around the theme of cricket. Even the live telecast of full 5 days cricket match, or you can say 1 day cricket match, also became available. Then India also participated in the Asiad and the Olympic Games, Asian Games, which is a continental multi-sport event, which is held every 4 years among athletes from all over the Asia. Even India have participated in Olympics, which is a leading international sport event featuring summer and winter sports competition in which thousands of athletes participate from around the world. So there is an example of year 2000 wherein Karnam Malleshwari, she won a medal for weightlifting, and she was the first Indian woman to win a medal at Olympics. Okay, there are a few more as well, like Sania Nehwal. She has grabbed the medal in badminton in Olympics. Then for tennis, it's Leander Pace. Okay. Then for swimming, it's Vidhwal Khad. Weightlifting, we have Karnem Malleshwari, and archer is Deepika Kumari. Okay, so India's representation, you can say, has began to rise in various Olympic games when it includes hockey, badminton, tennis, swimming, weightlifting, and archery. Then we covered the points of theater and films. Okay, so this is not something new. Everybody is aware. You all are students. You all are. It's a part of our day-to-day life when it comes to theater and films. So before earlier, the plays, the drama, they used to be very long. Okay, for quite a long hours. Sometimes even it was entire night the drama or the play used to happen. But now the technique and the duration, means the time period of the play, has changed. People from different walks of life, means people from different profession, people from different level in the society, they also take part in this drama. Okay, previously there was a lot of singing and dancing. Okay, but now it is not the same. There is more of political and social issues, the drama which has been performed. Previously they were mythological, like dramas on Mahabharata, Indian Puranas, Ramayana. Then there were dramas on historical themes related to some freedom fighter, related to freedom struggle or some historical event. But now this has changed. Even the duration of the play has become short, and even the issues are different. Now there are a lot of political issues related to educational system, related to women, related to child, related to societal problem. It may be related to pollution, poverty. Then previous earlier it was black and white movies. Okay, and then there came an age of colored movies. So in the field of entertainment, the place of Hindi movies is incomparable. Okay, they now reflect modern themes. The shooting of the films are even located at abroad countries. So when we watch the movie, so we can see the different foreign countries also. Even the movies which are in foreign languages, okay, they are translated. And when there is a screening of this movie, you can see a translation of Hindi as a subtitle down. And the Hindi movies, they compete with the worldwide movies as they have reached every corner of the world. And in movies, we see reflection of topics related to politics, social events, industry, and technology. Movies which were 3 to 4 hours are now earlier it was 3 to 4 hours. The movie used to the duration of the movie used to be for 3 hours or 4 hours, but now it is just 1 or maximum 1.5 hours. The when it comes to theater, earlier it was one screen, okay, one cinema hall, and there was only one screen. Now we have multiplex, we have PVR, okay, we have movie theater complex with multiple screen with a single, in a single complex there are multiple theater, multiple screen, okay. So there earlier there were movie which was running for 100 weeks in one cinema hall, but now it is not this case. Now one movie runs in thousands of cinema halls in India and abroad simultaneously. Even there is a economy, there is a film industries, okay, there are many people who are employed in this industry. Production of the movies, it is basically attained the status of film industry. There are crores of people who are employed. It may be a sound technician, it may be a hair makeup artist, okay, it may be a film editor, okay. And the movie, other than Hindi movies, there are regional languages movie like South Indian film industries, which like Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, Bengali, Marathi. They are also growing. They are also becoming famous. Then the aspect of newspaper. Newspaper has again its effect. The changing lifestyle has its effect on newspaper and other mass media which related to magazine, radio, TV, internet, and they have influenced individual as well as the community. Now earlier during the early post-independence period, newspaper they had lot of multiple aim. They had lot of objectives. Okay, they were expected not only to give news of daily events, but they had to encourage the by printing advertisement of the industries of and commerce, means of particular goods and services. The advertisement had to be printed. They had other objectives like shaping public opinion and directing that opinion towards useful work, okay, carrying on the task of educating the public. Education means educating the people to be a productive member of the society, to keep a watch over the government machinery, like what the government is working on, the structure and the process of government. Even when it comes to like TV, it was black and white, now it is colored, and there is a evolution of TV from a small one to a flat screen. And in newspaper also it's the same. It was earlier black and white, and with the changing time, color printing has become common. Earlier newspaper were thought to be the mouthpieces of taluka or district. Now they have to face tough competition from the state level newspaper chain. But on the whole, newspaper are now becoming more active. The scope has the scope has enlarged to increase, even in newspaper, if there is any kind of flood affected states or flood affected areas or drought affected areas, they raise, they print that particular raising fund article in their paper, in the newspaper. Even the students who are meritorious, means who are having merits and deserving for, and they, if they belong to lower income group, okay, if they, as they are not able to continue their education and they are deserving, and if they want to go for higher education, people help them to the articles printed in newspapers. There are organizing or sponsoring cultural programs as well. So this is how newspaper have become an inseparable part of our daily life. Then coming to television, which is TV again, it came during the post independence period. Again in TV also, students, it was earlier it was black and white, and now it is color TV. Earlier it was limited to some selected programs and fixed time slots, but later as the year passed by, okay, the scope extended. There were many educational programs, news bulletins, detailed reporting of tours of president and prime minister, which was shown on television. And when there was a telecast of Ramayana and Mahabharata, so many people, what they used to do, they used to just at that particular time when it was telecasted, they used to just sit fixed on at the television set to watch these mythological serials. And these serials, they proved to be the popularity of this medium. Then in 1991, a news channel, which is CNN, they showed the entire world, okay, entire world, a live visual of a war, Iraq war, okay. And at this stage, the world of Indian news channels changed completely. And then in 1998, Star, which is satellite television Asia region news channel, a private media house, they entered India. And this the earlier form of telecasting the news, which was very boring, uninteresting, propagandist, which is basically spreading propaganda, okay, and supporting particular idea or group, changed. And and the way of presenting and way of giving news completely changed. There was a transformation. Even the language, the technique, and the presentation studios equipped with the latest technology and the use of OB means outdoor broadcasting. Okay. Vans have expanded the scope of Indian TV channels still further. Okay. This OB van is a small mobile production control room. It's basically to allow filming of events and video production at location outside a regular television studio. So the scope, all these things have expanded the scope of Indian TV channels still further, and it has brought clarity and variety. Now every nook and corner, okay, every part of the country is connected. Okay, any event happening in any part of the nook and corner of the world could be seen on television. This has had a great impact on politics as well. So in short, you can say the whole country has started change. So this was what we have done yesterday. So these were the topics we have covered. So let's see a few points and the questions related to this part. What are the points, students, you need to remember for this chapter, that is Changing Life 2, chapter number 10. First here is official languages in India, which includes Hindi, Assamese, Bengali, Gujarati, Kannada, Kashmiri, Malayalam, Marathi, Odia, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali, and Sindhi. Then you might get a question that the Indian who have achieved global excellence in snooker. Okay, so you will write it, the answer as Geet Sethi. Then India's historic win in World Cup cricket under Kapil Dev captaincy. So what you need to mention which is the year for India's historic win in World Cup cricket, wherein Kapil Dev was the captain. It is in the year it was in the year 1983. Then another point you need to remember is cricketer who broke the record for maximum centuries in Test cricket in 1983. So the name of the cricketer is Sunil Gavaskar. The winner of Benson and Hedges World Championship of Cricket in India in 1985. So which country won? It is India, which won the Benson and Hedges World Championship in 1985. Then the first Indian women to win an Olympic medal. So the name is Karnam Maleshwari. It was for weightlifting in the year 2000. Then what are the objectives of the newspaper? Okay, you need to mention what are the objectives of the newspaper in the early, means when we got independence for our country. So it was to give news of daily events. It was to give impetus, means encouragement, to industry and commerce by printing advertisement, to shape public opinion and direct it towards constructive work, carry on public education, keep a watch over government machinery. Then next is, what is the expanded scope of newspaper today? It is like to raise funds for the drought affected and the flood affected people, even to help meritorious means deserving or the students with merits from lower income groups so that they could complete their higher education, even organizing and sponsoring, you can say organizing or sponsoring. Sponsoring means financing cultural programs which is related to particular society, its ideas, customs, and art. Now, pre-independence period scope of television was limited to selected programs only. There were fixed time slots of that programs. After independence, that is post-independence, scope of television was included educational programs like you can say Kaun Banega Karorpati, then Bonvita quiz contest, then news bulletins, reporting of tours of president and prime minister. Further expansion of the scope of television today is the language and the technique of presentation. Then the studios are equipped with latest technology. Even there is a use of OB condo broadcasting vans. So here we have few dates and events which you need to remember again. 1983, which is Indian team won the World Cup for cricket under captainship of Kapil Dev. Again in 1985, India won Benson and Hedges World Championship of Cricket. Then in the year 2000, Karnam Malleshwari, she won a medal for weightlifting at the Olympics. Then in 1991, CNN channel, they showed the entire world a live visual reporting of a Iraq war. Then in 1998, Star TV, which is a private media house, they entered India. Now, here we have the question number 1A, that is you have to choose the correct option and you have to rewrite the complete answers. The students you have to write the statement. Okay, many times students don't write the full sentence. You have to write full sentence with the answer and then you have to underline the answer as well. Okay, so the first question here is, India won the cricket World Cup under the captainship of Dash. What are the options that are given here? A, it is Sunil Gavaskar. B, Kapil Dev. C, Syed Kirmani. D, Sandeep Patil. Okay, so you'll choose the correct option, that is B, Kapil Dev, and you will write the full statement, that is India won the cricket World Cup under the captainship of Kapil Dev, and you will underline the answer as well. The next one is, the Dash language is gaining importance in India due to the process of globalization. Okay, the options are A, Punjabi, B, French, C, English, or D, Hindi. Okay, so correct answer here is C, English. Okay, so you'll write the full statement, that is the English language is gaining importance in India due to process of globalization, and you will underline the answer, that is English. And the next one, Dash won the national championship of billiards for teenagers at the age of 15. The options are A, Milka Singh, B, Rafil Nadan, C, Geet Sethi, D, Prakash Padukone. So your correct answer is option C, Geet Sethi. Then fourth one, in Dash that is Satellite Television Asia region, it's a private media house entered India. So you need to mention there which year, whether it is in 1995, in 1996, 1997, or 1998. The correct answer is 1998. So you will write the full sentence again here. In 1998, Star, that is Satellite Television Asia region, a private media house entered India, and you will underline the answer, 1998. In 1991, Dash showed to the entire world a live visual reporting of the Iraq war. So which news channel was it? So the options are A, CNN, B, CNBC, C, HBO, or D, NDTV. So the correct answer is CNN, option A. Next, the Kohima radio station had to make its broadcast in dash languages, which included English, Hindi, and Naga dialects. So whether it is 28, 26, 24, or 25. The correct answer is 25. Now the next question is to identify the wrong pair and write the correct one. So here you can even just identify the wrong pair and you get 1 marks here. If you even though if you don't write the correct pair, students. The first one is the Karnam Malleshwari weightlifting, Sunil Gavaskar, एक Indian cricketer, CNN, Iraq War, Star Television sponsoring cultural program. So here the incorrect pair or the wrong pair is Star Television that sponsoring cultural program. The correct answer is Star Television is private media house. This is just for information. Even though you write Star Television sponsoring cultural program, you will get it correct and 1 mark there. Then Kapil Dev, 1983 World Cup, Geet Sethi, Benson and Hedges, Karnam Malleshwari, first women to win a medal at Olympics, Sunil Gavaskar, maximum centuries in the Test cricket. So the incorrect pair is Geet Sethi, Benson and Hedges. The correct answer is Geet Sethi. He won the billiard competition. The third one, India won Cricket World Cup 1983. Then Karnam Malleshwari won a medal at Olympics, that is year 2000. Live telecast of Iraq War 1991. Star TV entered India 1992. So the incorrect pair is Star TV entered India 1992. The correct pair is Star TV entered India 1998. The next is to do as directed, wherein you need to complete the concept chart. First one is you need to mention a few important languages in India. We have written here as Marathi, Hindi, and Gujarati. You can mention few others as well. The next, second one is players who have won medals at Olympics. Okay, so we'll mention few of them. Karnam Malleshwari, Abhinav Bindra, PV Sindhu. You can mention others as well, like Sania Nehwal, Leander Pace as well. Children movies that you have seen. It's Lion King, Minions, Finding Nemo, etc. Name the name of the channels telecasting various news bulletins. So there are DD Doordarshan News, CNN, ABP News. You can mention other news channels as well, students. It's like open-ended question. Next concept chart is to objectives of a newspaper. Here again, you have to draw this concept chart and mention the answer with pen. Now, what are the objectives of a newspaper? Is to basically to shape public opinion, provide public education, provide direction for constructive work, keep a watch on government machinery, as well as lead the people. Then there's a question wherein you have to explain the statements with reasons. It's like give reasons. Again, you have to mention the answers in points. You don't write to have to write in paragraph or essay like an essay. You have to mention the relevant points in each answers. The first one here is to cricket began to be played all over India to a greater or smaller extent. Now, so you need to mention what are the reasons for it. So you will write cricket began to be played all over India to a greater or smaller extent because first one is in 1983 the Indian team won the World Cup for cricket under the championship of Kapil Dev. So it was a historic victory. Second point, cricket instantly won great popularity across the country. Then third point, in the same year, Sunil Gavaskar broke the earlier record of maximum centuries in Test cricket. Fourth point, in 1985, India won the Benson and Hedges World Championship of Cricket. As a result, cricket came to be played in all states to a lesser or greater extent, but at the cost of indigenous Indian teams. So these are the necessary the relevant points you need to mention for the answers. Then the next one is the economy of the movies is changing. Okay, so what are the reasons for it? So here it is. The first point, movies in foreign languages are now translated. Even during the screening of English movies, a short Hindi translation now appears on the screen as subtitle. Second point is Hindi movies now compete with global movies as they have reached every nook and corner of the world. We see a reflection of politics, social events, industry, and technology in movies. Third point is movies which were 3 to 4 hours long are now only 1 or 1.5 hours. Moreover, the concept of one screen and one cinema hall has given way to multiplexes. Fourth point is the days of the movie running for 100 weeks in one cinema hall are over. Now, one movie runs in thousands of cinema halls in India and abroad simultaneously. And fifth point, this development has changed the economy of movie. Production of movies has attained the status of industry. The industry now employs crores of people, and the movie industry in regional language is also thriving, that means growing. So that are therefore the economy of the movies is changed. So need to mention all these reasons or all these points for this answer. Then Hindi movies have reached every nook and corner of the world. What are the reasons? The points are, the first point here is in the field of entertainment, the place of Hindi movies is incomparable. Now, movies which reflect contemporary themes, film shooting locales have moved abroad. So, viewers can now see many different places in foreign countries. Movies in foreign languages again are now translated. Next point, during the screening of English movies, a short Hindi translation now appears on the screen as subtitles. Next point we mention is that fifth point, Hindi movies now compete with global movies as they have reached every nook and corner of the world. And then there is answer the following in brief or in detail. Why is it necessary to keep alive the dialects of Indian languages? So why it is necessary to keep it alive or to enhance the dialects or to stop the decline of the importance of Indian languages? So again, you have to mention the answer in points. All the relevant points should be mentioned. So here, the first point you can mention is Hindi, Assamese, Bengali, Gujarati, Kannada, Kashmiri, Malayalam, Marathi, Odia, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali, and Sindhi are the official languages in India. These Indian languages also have dialects, but their number is now on the decline. Timely steps should be taken to nurture them, otherwise, we will lose an important part of our heritage. Nevertheless, Hindi has reached everywhere through the medium of Hindi movies and has served to unite the country by language. Then the next question, the second one, it is to elaborate upon the changing scope of newspapers. Again, you will mention the answer in points. Starting from during early post-independence period, the newspaper were expected to not only give the news of daily event, but also give impetus to industry and commerce by printing advertisements. Earlier newspapers were black and white. With the changing times, color printing became common. Earlier newspapers were thought to be the mouthpiece of the taluka or district. Now they have to face tough competition from the state level newspaper chains. But on the whole, newspapers are now becoming more active. Their scope has enlarged to include raising funds for drought affected and flood affected people, helping meritorious students from lower income group to go for higher education, and organizing or sponsoring cultural programs. So this is how you can say newspapers have become an inseparable part of our life. So all these 4 points, relevant points, has to be mentioned for this answer. Then the third one is what changes have taken place in the medium of television. So in terms of television, you need to mention the points, what changes have taken place. So to start from the first point, you need to mention that television came to India during the post-independence period. Earlier, it was black and white, and now it is color. Earlier, it was limited to selected programs and fixed time slots. Gradually, its scope was enlarged to include educational programs, news bulletins, detailed reporting of the tours of president and the prime minister. Then during the telecast of Ramayana, the mythological serials like Ramayana and Mahabharata, a majority of people they used to sit glued to the television set, and these serials they proved to be the popularity of this medium. Then in 1991, CNN channel they showed to the entire world a live visual reporting of the Iraq war. Then after that, in 1998, Star, that is Satellite Television Asia region, which is basically a private media house, they entered India. And this way of uninteresting, monotonous, like boring and propagandist means particularly supporting a particular group news telecast of the earlier period underwent a sea change. Means there was a complete transformation, you can say. Then the fifth point here is the language, the technique of presentation, studios equipped with the latest technology. Then the use of OB, that is outdoor broadcasting vans, have expanded the scope of Indian TV channels still further, and they have brought a transparency. Transparency means clarity and variety. So now every nook and corner of the country, okay, every nook and corner of the country is connected. Like every corner, you can say, of the country is connected. Then another is a open-ended question that do you think even English has threatened, means put in danger our indigenous language, means our regional languages, basically the languages that is spoken in an area that is a part of larger nation state. So you need to mention your opinion in it or your view in it. So as you can write in answer as a point, again you have to answer in points. Hindi, which has reached everywhere through the medium of Hindi movies, it has served to unite the country by language. However, English language has been gaining ground, means English language is gaining ground means it is becoming more popular in India, especially due to the process of globalization, movement of people of different culture, language, countries from across all over the globe, all over the world, who, which began after 1990. Then third point is English opens, means the language of English, it opens the door to multiple job opportunities. Moreover, Indians are at the forefront, means they are at a leading position in learning English when it comes to Indians. However, it is necessary to ensure, but we need to make sure that this process should not endanger and then put in danger the very existence of the languages, regional languages. The next question is you have to mention the contribution, explain the contribution of Geet Sethi and Karnam Malleshwari in the field of sports. Okay, so what are they famous as a sportsmen? What are the achievements? You need to mention that. The first one is Geet Sethi. Now, Geet Sethi achieved global excellence in snooker, which is a variation of billiards. Okay, it's a game, students, with a game played on billiard table with you can say 15 red balls and 6 balls of other colors and a white ball. It's a slight difference of billiards snooker game. Now, Geet Sethi won the national championship of billiards for teenagers when he was at the age of 15. Then he went on to win national as well as international championship, okay, of billiards. At a global level, means at a worldwide level, he won the amateur billiards, which is a non-professional and unpaid Billiard competition thrice for 3 times and the professional one for 5 times. And his success, okay, because of his success in this game, made it popular. And even the newspaper, they began to report the news about billiards. Then Kannam Malleshwari, as we have understood earlier also, she at Olympics in the year 2000, Kannam Malleshwari, she won a medal for weightlifting, and she was the first ever Indian woman to win a medal at the Olympics. Then the question number 4, wherein you are given a passage, okay, and you have to answer the following questions. So, passage from your textbook only, apart from your textbook only, would be given to you. Okay, you need to read the passage. Okay, so for that, if you read the textbook, reading your textbook is very important. Okay, you need to understand the content in your textbook. Okay, so you need to read the passage, and accordingly, there are questions. That is for 4 marks. Okay, so you need to read the passage and accordingly write the answers for it. Now here they have it is again from your textbook, the sports part uh, passage is here, and then the questions are given. The first question is you have to prepare a chart, okay, like a concept chart, or flow chart or concept chart, and listing the achievements of Geet Sethi. Okay, so the main theme is Geet Sethi achieved global excellence in snooker in one box, and then you will follow the his achievements. National Championship of Billiards for teenager, which was at the age of 15. Amateur billiards competition won thrice. Then professional billiards competition won 5 times. So this chart you can make it by uh, this initial part of the first paragraph of your passage given only. From that you can understand and you can make this chart, prepare this chart. And next question is which two cricket tournaments mentioned in the passage records a victory for India? Okay, so it's World Cup 1983, as we already know, and Benson Hedges 1985. These are the two tournaments. You need to mention in full sentence. You just can't write World Cup 1983 and Benson and Hedges 1985. You need to write the answer in full sentence that World Cup 1983 and Benson and Hedges 1985 are the two tournaments mentioned in the passage that recorded victory for India. And the next question is, who was the first Indian woman to win a medal at Olympics? Which sport did she represent? So again, we know that that is Karnam Malleshwari. She was the first Indian woman. So you'll write Karnam Malleshwari was the first Indian woman to win a medal for India at Olympic. She represented India in women's weightlifting. That also you need to mention. Then next is, why do you think cricket has overshadowed other indigenous Indian games? Now this is again open-ended questions, question which you can answer. Now cricket was introduced in India by the British. In the post-independence period, this game mostly played by the elite. In the times to come, cricket gained glamour and popularity across the nation, gradually giving a setback to other indigenous game means other games in compared to other originated games in India. Since cricketers they receive more professional coaching, funding, and more for infrastructural facility as compared to player of other games, it became inevitable, means inseparable, that other games in India were overshadowed due to cricket. So students, we have completed the whole chapter, that is chapter number 10 of your history. Okay, so for the, I hope you have understood this, the what we have covered yesterday and today, all the points. Sir, Sir?
Hello, teacher.